Welcome to the Tolerable Nausea podcast, the only podcast that cuddles with you after. I'm Eric.
I'm Woody.
I'm
Toby.
Russ.
And I'm Toby.
Oh, dude, we were going clockwise, Toby. We were fucking going clockwise.
I'm not cuddling either.
Anyway, Russell's back this week.
Yeah.
We got the big man
That's
back.
so exciting, right?
It is a little bit exciting.
Think of it can't have been that bad.
Huh? No, we hung in there. We hung in there, but there's definitely a difference when we don't have our big talker here.
I'm sure it was fucking awesome.
No, it's a pretty good
Are you
pod.
hinting at me for me to like start talking and fucking?
No, I'm just saying that.
We like it when you babble.
I do babble. That's my role, right? That's what I do.
You're good at it.
Like not just in the show, but in life in general.
Sure.
Yeah, I don't like where that conversation's eventually going to lead, so the word's going to come out, and it better not fucking come out on the podcast. Nope, don't even ask what word it is. We're done with that fucking conversation. Next topic. Next.
Okay.
I didn't come in with any personal shit this week, though, unfortunately.
Well, I have one or two things.
I mean, I have lots of stuff on that front to talk about, but nothing I really want to put on the podcast.
On what front?
On my personal life.
Oh, yeah?
It was actually a pretty crazy week. I have significant things going on at work, significant things that were going on in my home life, changing homes basically, and my kids were back for a week visit, and all of this stuff's going on at the same time, and it's just like it was a bit much. I was a little stressed last week, I won't lie to you.
Did you drink?
No, I didn't. I didn't
Good.
fall off the wagon or anything.
Good man. Good
Not that
man.
stressed. I won't fall off the wagon here locally.
You gotta go out of town to have your first
I'm
drink.
gonna elope to fall off the wagon if it ever happens.
Well,
Actually, probably just fucking disappear entirely.
really, you think you'll take a drink and just go crazy?
No, I think I'll go crazy and then take a drink, and it's just reverse order.
All right.
The drinking will be a symptom of going crazy, not the cause of going crazy, and then it will be the cause of going even more crazy, but it won't be the initial cause.
Do you have any locales in mind for your big?
Vegas? That's
Yeah.
probably-
Do a
I'm
fear
just going to
loading?
disappear in Vegas. You guys will go down there for spring break or some shit, and you'll see me out on the street in a fucking trench coat and long-ass hair, all thin, and a duffel bag full of various hard alcohols begging for change.
You playing?
Blowing dudes for vodka.
Yeah, exactly.
That's how we find him. We're in the restroom. He's all like, "Suck your dick."
Russ, is that you? I don't know what you're talking about. It's like, why are you disguising your voice like that? I'm not disguising anything.
He's like the
You gonna suck my dick or not?
he's like the Batman.
Fuck you, Toby. How do you
Then
know my
Then
name?
we'll get caught up after that.
He's
How you been?
he's like the Batman at dick sucking.
Put it in my mouth! You like that, don't you?
This isn't the blowjob you need. This is the blowjob you deserve. And then he bites it.
God, straight into me sucking cock. How did this happen? All right.
It kind of fits in nicely for where we told everybody you were at last week.
Yeah.
That was
You leave for a week. You come back. You're automatically sucking dick.
I was in disguise. I had a week trip to Vegas to go make some vodka money. Oh, Jesus. But I did come with some stuff, though I don't know. We really need to organize the show before we start the show rather than organize it during. But I have a possible douchebag contender, some dick news, and some facts. That's what I'm bringing to the game.
Okay, we'll have a couple things, just personal stuff that I saw today. First off, handkerchiefs. And I'm not talking about for like do-rags and stuff. People actually use handkerchiefs
And they
blow their
wash
Blow their
them,
nose
they
and then
use
fold
them,
it back up and put it in their pocket.
Is that not fucking disgusting to
Yeah.
everybody else?
I've
Yeah,
always
that-
thought that was pretty
yeah,
gross.
Yeah, that bugs the hell out of me.
Well, a dude I work with at one of my jobs, uses a washable handkerchief to blow his nose. He's got allergies real bad, so he's constantly pulling that thing out of his pocket. Now, the problem with this is he touches the steering wheels that I have to touch. We use the same tools and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So he pulls out of his pocket. He's got to look for a spot that isn't snotted up first before he can blow his nose.
Yeah.
And then he balls it up, puts it in his pocket, and then he comes with the cleanup. Either this or this. And I'm just disgusted to no end.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
When I was younger, Dad carried one, and he was constantly trying to wipe my nose with it. I'm like, no, get away! I'm running from him. What?
Oh, come on, Woody.
Your
It's,
nose
it's
is running.
dried up since the last time he used it.
Yeah. I'm like, nope.
It's just really bothering me in the truck today.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
we
imagine.
got one guy at work still uses one too. He's about our age.
That guy, get on Google. There's got to be some medical expert that has denounced the use of washable handkerchiefs, right?
You'd think so.
Yeah.
Like
It's not
as-
the anti-vaxxers bringing smallpox back. It's people with just Kleenexes
Yeah.
or just handkerchiefs.
It's a far more serious problem than vaccines are.
On that, and I fear for my safety because we're driving the truck, and he usually drives when it's just me and him. But so when he's blowing his nose, he's all the way back in the seat driving with his knee.
Fuck.
I was like, I would offer to drive if you hadn't already been driving half the trip.
Right.
You had your snot all over the fucking steering wheel. Anyway,
He's asking why you've got this jar of Purell in the truck.
Just go in the truck and just pin up a piece of plastic, like in the middle, separating you guys so you're at this fucking controlled zone. The air is...
you've been quarantined.
Exactly.
Now that actually happened once.
Somebody quarantined somebody in the
No,
passenger seat
they
of the
handed
vehicle?
me wipes and they were there after somebody used the truck and they were going to use it and they were like handed me wipes. They're like, go wipe it down. Which is kind of fucked up. But
Yeah.
maybe I should be putting this on the pod, but anyway.
Well, I'm sure he's not watching the live
No,
stream.
he
You could
doesn't
always
know.
cut it out of the final product.
You should hand Nasty some hand sanitizer.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
That wouldn't even be a subtle hint, would it?
just boom.
You're gross.
Don't hand him hand sanitizer. Just get it in a squirt gun and just fucking start squirting him with hand sanitizer.
just
Or
get
is
the
that
spray-
too thick to go through a squirt gun? Probably, huh?
Just get the spray Lysol.
There you
And
go.
Oh, yeah.
Just start hosing him down. Gets in his eyes, we get in a wreck. Doing all that, and the other thing I want to bring up was April Fools. Did anybody get fooled?
No.
No.
Well, one of these days I'm going to try to plan something epic because it was about a day or two before, and I'm like, I need to do something. I need to fucking April Fool somebody. But this is my fucked up sense of humor, and at least I acknowledge it. Like, because every idea that I come up with, I'm like, oh, that's just completely not appropriate. I was going to call somebody and tell them I was diagnosed and I have a tumor. And it's just like shit like that. And it's just like every idea I came up with, I'm like, wait a minute, no, the fallout from this could be way too severe. I don't know. I need to plan something, but I didn't do anything this year. And nobody, to my knowledge, didn't prank me this year. So
Nobody prank anybody?
We just filled up the production chart at work and told the night crew that they still had all the shit to do, but they figured it out real quick.
Aw. Yeah, but I didn't
Nothing
see
too
or do
crazy.
anything either.
No.
All right, well,
I witnessed the TPing of a coworker's office space.
how'd that go?
About like you'd expect. There was toilet paper everywhere. I didn't see his reaction. He came into work earlier than I did in the morning, so he was all cleaned up by that time.
You didn't join in?
Nope.
Take it to the next level? Huh? Mr. Guy going for the promotion? You sure didn't join in?
Going to the next like used toilet paper? Is that the next level? I don't know what the fuck is the next
you
level.
climb up and shit in the middle of his
Shit on his
Yeah,
desk
yeah.
and fucking...
Let's just start sticking it to the...
I think that might jeopardize my aspirations in the company.
Nah, but that's all I had for personal stuff anyway, I think. Let's go into the headlines then, I guess. Who brought headlines?
Rush Fry headlines.
I got one I'll talk about. I've seen a few things. It's kind of been floating around. I don't know if technically it's gone viral, but have you guys heard about that high school down in Kansas and the special needs athlete who was told to remove his letter jacket? Did you guys already talk about it?
Yeah, we saw last week.
Yeah.
Well, God damn it, this is what happens when I'm gone.
Oh, we got you good.
Fuck. There goes one of my stories. I need to tune in and watch the fucking podcast when I'm not going to be on it.
Yeah, watch it with
to
the kids. It'll be
avoid
fun.
this cut. Yeah, I'm sure my kids would love it. All right, fuck it. I can go right into some dick news. That's all I got, though.
Well, I got dick news, too. Okay, well, I got
We just want to break off some dick news right off the bat?
This is going to be our first 30-minute episode.
We got to tease it. Is that what we're doing?
We're going to dick news?
That's all I got.
I've got some stories. Did you have one?
No, go ahead.
Alrighty. I might have something. Did you find anything you can talk about? Well, good night, listeners.
Yeah.
I masturbated today.
How was it? What'd you do it to?
Pretty basic porn.
Is that your sister watching this?
POV blowjob. Girl with big old boobies.
Is that Toby's sister? Excellent conversation. What do you think about that, Randy?
Okay. Now, we've done a lot of cheating stories here, and it's usually the ladies getting revenge on guys, right?
Right.
Okay. Do you feel as though if your significant other cheated on you, what's the proper revenge, if any? Do you just be the bigger man, walk away, and
No revenge.
just grow up?
What I do, because let's face it, if I'm in a relationship with her, I do have feelings, and it's gonna fucking hurt. But the relationship's done. But I gotta be honest. I'm gonna go to the guy, and I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt, and it's gonna be like, did you know she was with me? And if he says no, and I believe it, then he's off the hook.
Is
But
it
if he
worse? Is
Cops
it worse
an
if you did
attitude,
know?
or like fucking says, "Fuck your girl" or some shit like that. It's probably gonna get physical.
Yeah. Okay, so I guess that answers that. So it is worse if he knows that she was with you.
Oh, absolutely worse.
Yeah.
If he didn't know, then that's on her. It's all on her for
Yeah.
presenting herself as single and fucking some other dude. The other dude's no fault. If he didn't even know about our relationship or even that I existed, what the fuck? I can't be mad at him.
Yeah.
But if he did know, fuck him.
What would you do
What?
if you found out your girl was cheating? Just move on?
Yeah. She'd be at the curb. And it depends on if I walked in on him.
Wow. Okay, what would happen if you walked in on him?
He wouldn't leave well.
You'd beat up a naked guy?
You're damn right, and I'd throw him outside in the fucking street without his clothes.
But what if when you're wrestling around with him, his dick touches you?
I'm
like,
gonna
what if
be
it touches
touching
you in
his
your
dick
face?
A lot. I'm going to be touching his dick a lot. With my knee and my hand, I'm going to yank on that son of a bitch and drag him out the door with it.
Yeah, but he's probably still going to be hard for a brief second. Are you going to at least wait till it goes flaccid?
No.
Holy shit.
Have you ever punched somebody in a hard dick?
Nope.
Have you ever hurt your dick
I have.
while it was hard?
Almost, which is... It's funny that can I segue right into my story?
Go for it.
No,
Well, we can come back.
It's just like, that's the perfect setup, but we got to finish the conversation. No, I haven't. I will tell a little story that might let me segue later. But I have hurt my dick in the sense that sometimes you fucking too hard, and it bends a little bit.
I've done that.
Yeah. That's about that's the extent of my erect penis injuries go.
Now imagine that if somebody punched you in it.
If they punched me in my dick.
My sister missed the porn talk, and Randy Binder thinks it's fantastic.
No, I've never been punched in the dick. But, like, I'm just, like, my image is if I have an erect dick, like, being punched in the dick, the way that you're wording that, being punched in the dick while it's erect, I'm just thinking of, like those door stops that used to go when you open the door. Like, if you punch my erect penis, it's just going to bobble up and down a little bit, you know?
Well, I wanna
so
know.
you're like, I know what you mean, though.
No,
You're getting
I'm
punched in
going
the
head on. Just
he's gonna be laying there, and you're gonna be fucking punching his dick like it's one of those speed bagging his fucking erect penis.
No, I'm going to punch him square on and shove it straight out his own asshole.
God, I'm just gonna avoid I think I'm gonna wait till the dude gets some shorts on before I get violent with him. I don't think I can fight a naked guy with a hard dick.
But you have the element of surprise if you just jump in there while he's mid-thrust.
This is true. But I don't know.
I'll probably join in.
Probably.
I was waiting for
You walk in. You walk
Like,
in.
I just shrug my shoulders and pull
Just
her
start-
pants down. That's how it always goes. I
Just
guess.
start taking your clothes off and be like, all right, this is happening. So he's either, at that point, either got to get up and address the fact that he's fucking your girlfriend, or accept-
pretend like.
like this is natural. Like, all right, I'm here for the three-way.
Oh, just do that just to fuck with the dude. You know in your head that she's fucking cheating, and you just walk in and he's fucking her, and you'd be like, oh, baby, I talked about having a threesome, but I didn't know you were really down, and just get naked and just make the dude completely fucking uncomfortable.
Make eye contact with him the whole time.
No,
No,
what you
just
do
use
is you
that
pull out the lube and go, all right, sir, are you ready?
Oh, there you go, yeah. Fuck.
So he calls your bluff. I've clipped mine on a door, on a door jam before.
At least you didn't shut it in the door.
I wish I had my phone figured out for the soundboard right now. We need to get that story. I'll figure it out on break. We want that story later.
Yeah.
But no, this guy in my story here, he suspected, had no real evidence that his lady was cheating.
Suspected but had no real evidence.
Yeah.
Immediately sounds insecure. You got to have some evidence in order to suspect it, right?
Okay, here we go. Here's the
Not
story.
necessarily.
Hell hath no fury like a husband scorned, but that hardly excuses the disturbing behavior of a man who glued his wife's vagina together after he suspected her of cheating.
How did he pull that off? Like he swapped it for KY or something like
I
that?
have no idea how he did it. Maybe she's a heavy sleeper. I have
He'd have
no
to be
idea.
a fucking
Passed out.
passed out sleeper, yeah.
The disturbing incident happened in a South African village of Ngwamtila. Yeah.
San Francisco.
There we go. Near
Reykjavik.
near Bush Buckridge. According to the victim's
Sounds like
reports,
a porn star.
her crazed husband was adamant she was cheating on him. And then, not too much.
Oh, so it wasn't ever actually confirmed that she
Yeah.
cheated. He just
just crazy dude.
yeah.
Belongs on Maury.
Yeah.
really.
this-
But the unnamed victim told local media outlets she had been the target of domestic abuse many times before, but as years progressed, the man grew paranoid of the romantic intentions of his wife's uncle. Yes, her uncle.
towards her.
Huh.
No, hurts her. Yeah, hurts her blood uncle.
He was worried that her blood uncle wanted to be romantic with his niece, which was his wife.
Yeah, he thought they
Wow,
were.
that was a long way around to get to that one.
Okay.
He thought.
I just wanted to make sure that I was sure that he was suspecting incest, right? That's what he was.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So he had previously tried to cut off her hand.
Jesus Christ.
And all kinds. He did a whole bunch of stuff. The woman tried to remove the glue, but it's likely she'll be scarred for life, mentally and physically. As for the man, he fled after the abuse and before the victim could press criminal charges.
I'm going to sound really insensitive here.
Okay.
It just depends on what kind of glue did he use? Like,
Super glue.
Super glue.
yeah, because it couldn't be the slow drying stuff. So that sucks. But she tried to do it. She removed it herself.
It sounds like she tried, and she had to seek medical help.
Well, she'd have just been better off just going and seeking it because they got shit that'll dissolve that. And
Oh,
if
yeah.
that was the case, I would say, well, I don't know.
Might be a little embarrassing.
Yeah, but she talked to the news outlets about it.
Yeah. Sure. After she'd gone to the hospital and
Yeah.
20 nurses.
I'll
I'm
look
just
at
saying
this way. Look
mental
at
when
this.
it said mentally scarred for the rest of your life. I think people throw that term around. I mean, having your vagina glued shut, don't get me wrong, it's probably no walk in the park. But I'm just thinking there are much more traumatic things that could happen,
Okay,
right?
well, let's make this
What did he
comparable.
put in there before he glued it shut?
A fucking jalapeno pepper. Now that's fucking traumatic. Diced jalapeno.
A weasel. Okay, well, let's do something comparable. Let's say your girlfriend, she found out you're cheating. She knows for sure in this case.
Well, the very, very similar story I've told on a podcast in one of the first couple episodes is when the chick worked the guy all up to where he was hard and super glued his dick to his stomach.
That's what I was saying.
So that when he goes flaccid, you know what's going to happen. Well, I guess that depends. That story that was never divulged to me whether he was a grower or a shower. If he's a shower, he didn't really have much to worry about.
Even then, even if it's still gonna.
Well, yeah, but
It's
not nearly
elastic.
as much. If you were to glue my dick to my stomach when it was erect, holy shit, it's going to rip the entire coat off or whatever when it goes flaccid.
Well, when it goes down, it's just.
I'm going to have to think really sexy thoughts.
Randy Joe says, "Screw you. You super glue your testicles to your shaft and see how it feels."
Challenge accepted.
But I kind of see what she's saying. I mean, would you take the chance of separating yourself?
No, I
go
would.
straight
I
to the
would
doctor,
definitely
right?
not start pulling my vagina open. I couldn't think of a better way to word that. I'm
No,
sorry.
somebody super glued your dick to like your taint or something.
I'm just going to be
Start pulling?
jerking off on the way to the hospital. I'm going to make sure that it doesn't go fucking. Oh, I heard
Oh, it
you
doesn't
said
go
you
loop?
said super glue. I thought you were saying the one that I was talking about where it's glued to my stomach.
Oh, okay, yeah.
If they
Yeah.
super glued what now? Say it again.
Just like your dick to your taint or something. I don't know.
Well, that wouldn't be that bad. I mean, I'm not going to pull it off, especially if it's the head of my penis. If the head of my penis is glued to anything, we're
Okay.
using as
Okay.
easy a chemicals as we can.
Okay,
do.
we'll do the exact same thing. He super glued the vagina closed. She dabs a little in your pee hole and squeezes it. And so it's practically the exact same thing, just a smaller opening.
I'm going to flip the fuck out if I have to urinate. I can tell you
Do
that
it
much.
just-
Oh God, no.
No.
I don't know. I'm just gonna go straight to the hospital. I'm not gonna try to do any kind of home surgeries on that deal.
I'm gonna try to cut that sucker open.
get a
You don't
fucking
want an X-Acto
get a
knife.
needle and see if I can poke through the glue but not hit anything vital, and then try to work it around in a circle, see if I can open up the hole. No, sir. I'm just gonna go to the hospital. God, that's making you cringe. My dick news is really gonna make you cringe.
Yeah. But I can't say I really feel. There's been so many stories about girls cutting off dicks. It's
Yeah.
Finally.
Payback.
Well,
I can't
okay,
say
that's
really say
another thing
payback,
too. Like
yeah.
I'm just
Haven't
saying,
done
like
like
you know, I was trying to downplay super gluing your vagina shut. When you compare when you compare it to, you know, amputating a penis, I just don't think that's quite as bad. Now, if he did anything where he was cutting on her, or like that one douchebag I brought in where he set her on fire, did he set the vagina on fire?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was worse than super gluing it.
I would agree.
Yeah.
That guy was super douchebaggy.
Yeah.
Beyond douchebaggy.
Yeah, that's just unnecessary
Though I
violence.
think that I did use him as a douchebag contender before we established ground rules. 'Cause that's
Well,
beyond douchebag.
Yeah. There was no death involved.
Douchebag would be if he super glued his girlfriend's vagina closed as an April Fool's prank. Gotcha.
She goes to pee in the morning.
Oh, God.
That would be horrible. That would be horrible because you can't like retract it. You know, it's just ugh. Okay. New subject.
Well, is pee acidic enough to get through super glue, you think?
I don't know.
I
I don't
no.
think so.
No.
You're in a conundrum then.
Yeah, because you've got pressure built up already, and there's nowhere for it to go. It's going to be bad news bears. You need to get to the hospital fast because you're going to be in trouble.
Oh, I got you good, you fucker.
Yeah.
Well, instead of, I don't know if he wants us to call him or not, but Brent sent me just the short gist of it. I don't know. Text me again, Brent, if you want us to call you, or if you just want me to read the text you sent me. But going on news, did you have anything?
No, go ahead.
No, you're good. All right. Here's a little known fact.
Oh, I knew that already.
What?
Nothing.
A little known fact?
Yeah.
Did you know that the United States has been fighting a war for 17 years that the public didn't know was going on?
I just always assumed that we were probably fighting multiple wars that we didn't know were going on all the time.
This is the big one. There's a lot of space news coming out the last couple weeks.
We've been fighting aliens?
Yeah. No, this is
Wow.
no shit. This is funny. An ex-Marine who goes by the name of Captain K says there's says that there are 5 human colonies on the Red Planet, and he has spent 17 years fighting to protect them. Apparently, we are at war with us and a couple countries. He couldn't divulge the other countries or whatever, but for some reason he can tell us the United States. But we have 5 colonies on Mars and a couple on the Moon, and they've been strategically defending the Earth from a hostile race of aliens while getting help from another race of aliens.
Call
so
bullshit.
Are we evaluating this guy yet or not?
What?
I feel like you'd like look up and be like, "There's some explosions going on up there." That ain't normal.
Serving in a space fleet known as Earth Defense Force
Oh,
right.
yes, absolutely.
They just named that so
Yeah.
they could get laid.
that recruited military personnel from countries like, he did say America, Russia, and China. The one-time ex-naval infantryman was trainee to fly a variety of bombers and Star Wars-style space fighters. He then spent his time protecting the colonies from Martians who presumably wanted to take over and make the planet
From
their own.
Martians? That's
that?
what it says?
Yeah.
I thought that we had colonies on Mars. How the fuck did we ever fucking get colonies on Mars? On their home fucking planet. You know what I mean?
One
It's
word.
a big planet.
One word. America. We didn't do anything. You guys aren't buying into that?
We went the
No.
way of the British. We just wouldn't put a flag there. It's automatically ours.
It
Right.
works. It works.
No, I'm calling bullshit from the get-go here. The dude needs to be on meds, and
Yeah.
I don't know if this is a midlife crisis or what the fuck's going on, but
Okay, well, this story came out, and another group of conspiracy theorists say that there was indeed life on Mars. And,
at one point,
And we are it.
Right.
Our life's down from Mars or whatever.
that has been posited in a movie, actually.
Well, several
Couple
movies,
of
but,
them.
What
Yeah.
was the name of that movie?
Red Planet.
Yeah.
No.
Where that was where we originally lived, wasn't it? And we seeded this planet or something
There's
because
Red Planet and Mission to Mars. both
Mission
of
to
those.
Mars.
Yeah.
Was the one.
But,
Yeah.
But they're
Red
saying
Planet.
they're saying that we have forgotten our past origins or whatever because life on Mars wiped itself out with nuclear wars long ago, and we just came here from that.
it would.
Okay.
Well, I don't know. It's more believable than some.
More believable than we're fighting space wars right now?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
yeah, it's more believable than that, but slightly, only slightly.
Especially
Okay.
when he said he was flying X-wing fighters around.
I tell you, the one you want to get into
Bombers.
conspiracy theories, dude. Type in all of them about Atlantis.
Yeah, that's crazy.
There was
Yeah.
one that I watched where it tied every fucking conspiracy theory known to man together. It seemed like Atlantis and the Babylonians and all that shit. You know, the Anunnaki or whatever. Tied in all that shit. It was crazy. And I was just in awe because it's like I don't believe this, but that's amazing that someone they need to be writing movies that they could come up with this idea and all that shit. Like, and then of course they're convinced that it's true, but it's like a crazy brilliance. You know, it's like this is fucking shit that could sell, but you're just too crazy because you think it's real.
Did you watch that video I sent you about the Russian sleep
No,
experiments?
because I don't have internet anywhere but at work, and I can't
Oh,
watch
darn it.
videos.
It's like a 17-minute video.
Yeah.
But it's creepy as fuck. Even if it's not true, which I'm down it probably is.
But it's in reference to the one that you brought in on the podcast a
Yeah.
while back, right? Yeah.
Well,
the sleep
they
experiment.
definitely did sleep experiments, but whether or not it happened like this,
Right, where they all became legion or something like that,
Yeah,
like almost possessed or whatever.
And if it's not, well, if it's true or not, someone needs to make a fucking movie about that because
Yeah, that'd be
scary.
an excellent fucking horror movie.
Yeah, watch that YouTube if you get a chance. Maybe we'll watch it later tonight. But it's creepy as fuck.
Yeah.
But my last news story about space. A NASA scientist came out and said, Space One, whatever the guys who were sending the mission to Mars or whatever,
Yeah.
Yeah.
so like it's gonna be a complete failure.
Duh.
come out and said he even suggested it was a hoax, just a money-making hoax, because people had to send so much money for their applications to be filed.
Right.
So he's guessing they made probably almost $200 million off this deal, which is never actually getting off the ground and all this stuff. He pointed out reasons why it wasn't going to happen and everything. And then he goes on to line out that NASA has a plan to send a return astronauts there and back in 2032 would be the earliest that they could do it.
Why is that? Because they know they'll have the technology. That's fucking absurd.
No, based on today's technology, just it's all about funding at this point. Because the government keeps cutting NASA's funding and everything.
Yeah. Well, but
The
shit,
biggest
by
problem-
2032, I mean that's over a decade away, right? My fucking math's horrible. I'm dumb right now. It's 2015.
it's almost
17 years.
Yeah, 17
Yeah,
years.
so you're almost 2 decades away. Maybe shit'll be more affordable, or maybe technology will be better. Fuel will be, we'll have a different alternate fuel source that could, manage it without the expense that would be today.
Yeah, he says he did address that. He said it's not the getting there and getting back and everything. Is getting stuff off Earth up into space. He says
Right.
that's the real issue there.
Once you're there,
Well,
getting
yeah,
back
'cause
is a
when-
problem because lifting off the planet, the gravity there is a little lighter than Earth,
Yeah.
but you're still going to have to break free.
Once you break free of the gravitational pulls, then yeah, you're not using hardly any fuel at all. I wouldn't think. Just whatever can get you moving, and then in your no gravity environment, you're just gonna momentum's gonna take you the rest of the way.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, it's really interesting, but yeah, he totally shot down. What is?
SpaceX, I think is what it's
Okay, I
called.
keep.
well,
wondering.
has anybody done any kind of background shit on them? I mean,
It's all
Supposedly.
a private firm and everything, or a private company.
Yeah.
So I don't
Where
know
was
how
that,
works.
Austria or some shit
fuck
like
it,
that?
report them to the Better Business Bureau.
Yeah, it isn't in the States. Though.
No, it's
yeah.
a foreign conglomerate or whatever.
Yeah. So much for that. That's all my space news. You know damn well that aliens are avoiding us because of people like the Kardashians.
Yeah.
Have you? Speaking of which, Randy and you guys, have you guys seen Joe Rogan's new stand-up special?
I have not.
Yeah, it's called Rocky Mountain High. You guys got to watch it. He's got a whole 10-15 minutes in there where he's trying to explain to aliens our culture. And the Kardashians and Justin Bieber and that is a good chunk of it. It's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
But anyway, what else you got?
Like I say, you know what I got. You shot down one of my stories already. God damn it, so...
Okay, Brent. Oh, just real quick.
Well-
Brent doesn't want the phone call, so he mentioned earlier that he had broken his dick. He was on call in the military or whatever. It was dark. Tried stepping through a doorway. Didn't compensate enough because morning wood or whatever. Let's just say he didn't make it to the phone call. So he ran right into the door jam. Bennett.
All right. So speaking of bending penises, do we want to do? Well, I don't know. We don't even have to do the dick news entry or whatever because technically, using the term news for this is a bit. That's using the term news very loosely. This happened.
Well, I have some dick news. It
Okay.
brings religion into the fold.
All right. Well, then let's fucking do it.
Start with his dick news, then we'll segue into your
But
sort
we'll
of
do
dick.
mine first because he just talked about Brent breaking his dick.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Dick news.
All right, in 2014, so like I said, the news is being used loosely here. And we've talked about breaking penises where I thought, I was arguing that you can't actually break your penis, and then, of course, I was proven wrong. It's not a bone, but it is considered breaking your penis. So we've talked about it, but this story had a little bit more detail that I thought was cringeworthy. 42-year-old Boston man was rushed to Brigham and Women's Hospital, anyway, after his penis accidentally hit the woman's perineum, which is the space between the vagina and the anus, the taint.
Taint?
Yeah. During sex. And see, this is another thing, too. Like, you guys ever get a little nervous when she's on top? And
It never used to cross my mind until the one time I was with a lady. Yeah. But,
Ooh, go on.
yeah. Just slow down. But, and she was she was a hard fucker.
Right.
She wasn't slow and gentle. She went after it. So she was on top, and she landed funny, and it actually bent. Like, I don't know how it bent, but it bent, and we both heard the pop. And
you did hear a pop.
she heard it. I heard it, and because she slammed down, we heard a pop, and she stopped. And I was like, But
You dodged a bullet, my friend. Just wait till you hear this fucking story.
She got off. She got off, and I go to the mirror, and it's back hard and everything, but black and blue, and it kind of welted over like kind of a goose egg.
You dodged a
And-
fucking bullet. You're going to cringe when you hear, because this is like everything that you're saying happened to you. It happened exactly to this guy, only listen to this.
Oh, no.
Said he heard a snap and noticed a rush of blood from his meatus? 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 M-E-A-T-U-S? I don't know the fucking clinical definition for parts of the penis, all right? It had immediate dutumescence? The fuck, dutumescence?
We need a doctor.
Yeah.
Well, it's a doctor saying this. It's a quote from a doctor.
He's just making shit up to sound
And
smart.
had severe pain, wrote Dr. Robert J. Hartman, a urologist at Brigham and Women's Hospital in Boston. On the basis of the clinical presentation, the patient was taken to the operating room for emergency repair. The patient had an uneventful post-operative course and was discharged from the hospital the morning after the surgery. He suffered a penile fracture. That's what they actually call it, breaking the outer tissue of his penis, which is probably what happened to you. When this tissue tears, the blood in this region leaks out into the other tissue, leading to bruising and swelling, which is what you got.
Swelling?
Yeah, bruising and swelling. But the
wasn't that
man
impressive.
claimed his must have been a bit more severe because the man claimed blood was forced out of his body through his urethra upon
Yeah, I
injury.
wasn't bleeding. I wasn't peeing blood or anything.
Well, it doesn't sound like he was peeing it. It was just dripping
leaking.
blood out of the urethra. So he must have got it a little bit worse than you. But you, like I said, you're lucky that wasn't the case.
Oh my god.
But, let's examine this for a moment. Okay, obviously hard fucking leads to this injury. Okay, public service announcement, everybody. You gotta practice hard fucking safely, all right? Because this is a very serious issue, and this injury can happen. But I'm a sexist. I'm blaming women for this one. I am. I'm saying that this doesn't happen when a guy's fucking you hard, because we notice something and we stop. Like if I'm fucking hard and it comes out a little bit and I miss the hole, I'm stopping immediately. I'm not jamming my dick into that area and breaking it. This is happening when a woman's on top riding hard and it pops out and she sets her whole fucking weight down on an erect penis. This is how this is happening.
That's how it did.
So
yeah.
women, hard fucking is nice, but for God's sakes, be very careful. Don't mess around with that. Like you see them, they'll be going. And then they'll get a little farther up on it every time, and I'm just like, wait.
You gotta go half hole.
Yeah, don't get to the point where the head's just about coming out, because one of those times it's going to slip out, and you're going to come down, and it's going to hit your perineum.
You know, the women are thinking it's your fault because if you were bigger, it wouldn't be a problem.
This is
Good
true
point,
too.
Woody. Good point. Don't pretend that my dick's longer than it is, all right? Be realistic.
We're both adults here. We know what we have to work with.
Just accept my limitations and don't break my penis.
So what's your immediate reaction? I mean, I know what mine was.
My immediate reactions, yeah, like, I don't know.
Let's shove it back in there a few times. Maybe we'll work it
Probably
off.
just going to be like, stop,
like
stop.
walk it off.
Walk it off.
Just fuck it off. I'm like, oh, that's okay. Well,
Toby takes a couple laps around the house, gets back in.
Well, I would think that, like, I don't know. I would think it would go flaccid pretty quickly, but maybe not.
It's mine was a slow burn. You know, you know what I mean. It wasn't like.
Did it throb like pain? Did you feel pain with every heartbeat?
No, it's you could it wasn't like pain. You know what I mean? Like you knew something was wrong, but it didn't really hurt.
Oh,
I don't know why.
huh.
But you know what? And because we heard the pop, she stopped immediately. Thank God. And we get up, we go to the bathroom, and I'm like. But yeah, I mean, because it wasn't. It's not like she broke it. I didn't get there. Like I had to pop it back into place, like a dislocated finger.
Hold on, I gotta set
Dislocated
this
his
bone.
penis.
Snap.
What's that?
Randy.
I don't blame everything on women, Randy, but
Maybe
broken
mine is just
penises, this
rough.
is on women.
At least I don't blame everything on women. I didn't blame everything on women last week.
Insensitive prick. I said before I made the statement that I'll own that I am an insensitive. I'm not an insensitive prick. I can be sensitive sometimes.
Yeah, but
When you break your dick off, then that's a sensitive prick.
I thought it was pretty bad. I guess it wasn't that bad because I mean,
Yeah,
I
he
mean,
was bleeding out his dick hole.
We didn't finish. We didn't finish. That
Where's a
night.
hot vampire chick when you need one?
Right?
Oh, and what's your? It's just immediately in the hospital, right? Your dick starts dripping blood.
Oh,
yeah.
You don't try to walk that one off, like somebody would say.
I don't like the hospital.
Tape it up.
We'll give it a go. How long do you wait before you masturbate after that?
It was a few days because
I think I'm waiting until there's no more bruising and swelling for sure. Because
Yeah.
I'm afraid that nothing's going to hurt
it was about a good week before the
before you had the courage to rub one out.
before the little bump went down. Because like I said, I had like a really mini goose egg.
Little tiny birds spinning around when it happens.
Robin's egg,
Smaller than that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
hummingbird egg.
It's more like
Fish roe?
there you go.
Just one little caviar.
But yeah, just bruising and stuff. So I got lucky then.
Luckier than this guy.
That sounds fucking horrible. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
I'm lucky though, because like you know how you take a stick and you break it off until you can't break it anymore. I think I'm at that
Well, it
point
said
where
that
you
he
can't break it.
required a minor surgery to repair it. So
Yeah, that sucked.
must have been a bit more breakage going on. So you're lucky that she wasn't a big old woman with a little bit more momentum maybe than what this guy was dealing with.
No, she wasn't that
A
big.
bit more crushing
Yeah.
power.
Hulk smash.
What would you do if she's fucking you hard on top? She's like, Hulk smash! Every time she came down.
Trying to impale her with what's left.
After I stopped laughing, I'd be like, "That's not sexy."
Oh, I shouldn't be laughing that much. That wasn't that funny. All right, you had some too?
Kim, if you want him to stop, if you're finished and you don't want to go anymore, just do the
Hulk
Hulk
smash
smash.
him.
Yeah, you don't want to wait for him to fall asleep.
All right, what was your dick news, Eric?
Okay, Montreal's penis temple dedicated to every member.
Every single penis
You know,
that ever existed and exists, or just the current existing penises?
every existed and exists now.
That includes
What about
mine.
future?
Yeah, sure. We'll bring this on. We gotta care about future generations.
Okay.
We're a forward-thinking religion. I say we because I just recently joined. As of
All right, so
2
the
hours ago.
temple is dedicated to the phallus.
Yep. At the
Is it called
temple,
the Temple of the Phallus?
um,
It should be.
at the temple of Priapus, all church members worship members, which is it's a prerequisite. The pagan temple began in San Francisco in the 1970s as a tribute to Priapus, a Greek god of fertility and the son of Dionysus.
Dionysus.
There you go, and Aphrodite. Since then, temples have opened in other cities, including Montreal, where David Francis Cassidy has served as temple pontifex. Does that word sound right to you guys? I have no idea.
Good enough.
Since the early 1990s. The Montreal Temple and its members are featured in the Dickumentary, a documentary rolling out on March 31st. Cultures have worshipped it and circumcised it, the film's Facebook page explains. Men have sought ways to make it larger across 14 countries, featuring interviews with more than 40 experts. The Dickumentary tries to answer some of the greatest questions of our time, like what happened to Jesus' foreskin?
Really?
Yeah, because that's one of the greatest questions we've ever asked ourselves. Why do Hindus worship Shiva's lingam?
Why do you keep picking these articles with really strange words?
I don't know. And does size really matter?
Size really matters.
Yeah.
Let's just go ahead and clarify this. Size matters, all right? It may not be the sole determining factor on whether a woman finds pleasure, but it fucking matters, and any woman that tells you it doesn't matter is lying. Any woman that tells you that size doesn't matter is probably just trying to make you feel better about having a small dick.
I've heard that.
You've heard size doesn't matter? Like said to you?
Or, she says,
Okay, any woman that says size doesn't matter has never had a small penis. Like, I've never been with a guy with a small penis.
she's never been with any of us.
Probably not.
Oh.
Right.
I'm just saying, it matters.
Do you think it matters, or do you think you just know how to use it well?
Guys with bigger dicks don't have to have as much knowledge. Okay, the smaller your dick is, the more skilled you're going to have to be to get the job done.
All right. Yeah, I'll accept that.
Yeah.
But there's a threshold where size becomes problematic, obviously.
Yeah.
There's a sweet spot, like the ideal dick range, you know. And of course, it also depends on the woman. But
Okay, well, let's ask the listeners. Listeners, what is, if we have any lady listeners, I know we have one.
Well, I can't see good enough to just notice what it says.
But, let's say, well, let's just ask the lady listeners.
she's already calling me out. She's saying not true. I'm guessing that's to me saying the size matters.
What's the ideal dick size, lady listeners? Watchers, viewers, whatever you want to call yourselves.
Well, let's face it. You could have no penis and still get a woman off.
Yeah.
But if you're talking about
Apparently,
traditional-
because lesbians do it all the time.
Right. So traditional intercourse, though, I'm going to have to hear some pretty compelling fucking arguments for you to tell me that size doesn't matter at all. Size does matter, particularly girth. I've just heard,
you
I've
asked
heard
that
too
one
much.
kid. I mean,
I've
it was
heard too
10
many.
inches around.
I've eavesdropped on too many conversations happening amongst women, and I've also been told too many things by women personally to ever believe that size doesn't matter at all. It does matter. It's like I said, it's not the sole determining factor, but it is definitely a factor. It matters. If you have a small dick, you're gonna have to work a little harder.
Brent says, don't make eye contact. You realize this is about worshiping Randy. Randy Joe says, you realize that it is about worshiping the penis and involves giving others blowjobs. Glad you are so open to being a member. Suggesting that we're going to be giving blowjobs while we're there because we're worshiping dicks.
You're the one who said you joined up.
I'm not joining a dick cult.
Well, I just
Me
found out
neither.
that I'm going to be sucking them, so I've renounced my membership.
I will join. I will join as the provider of.
Of the cock.
penis?
There's gotta if we're gonna suck dicks in this church, there's gotta be some dicks to suck, right?
Okay, let me get through these, and I have a question for you. I can open a temple and cook.
Okay, but see here she says best sex ever was with a guy with a small dick. Now riddle me this. This guy was very good at what he was doing, right?
She says she's been with bigger guys and it wasn't good.
Well, how big are you talking about? Fucking
Yeah.
Coke
Yeah.
can big?
now, what you're saying,
That's what
what she's saying is the guys with big cocks, don't make the effort
Well, this
to
is
make
true.
it
This
enjoyable
is true.
for the
Guys,
girl.
yeah.
Guys with smaller penises, they're going to make it more enjoyable for the girl because they want the chance to go back.
Right. Well, that and of course I don't know what type of I'm gonna make Toby really uncomfortable. What kind of sexual partner your sister is, but certain women are into certain things too. So like, you know,
We know she likes
I
choking.
wasn't saying that size is the only factor. You know, whether or not it is a factor though. Like, okay, if a guy's good at picking up on what you like, you know, whether it be through conversations, whether you flat out tell him, or whether he judges feedback while he's trying different things in bed. You know, it's figuring out what the woman's into. Some women are freaky, you know, so you got to do some weird shit, and that gets them off. Some are more romantic, you know, so if you make it all nice and cuddly and passionate or whatever the word is, you know, that probably maybe matters a bit more than size, is finding out what their thing is and giving it to them. But I'm telling you, if two guys, right, okay, two guys both know what you like. They both know that thing that drives you crazy, all right? And it has to do with your parts. if a bigger guy, not bigger like as in porn star big, but like a normal, okay, let's just say an average size guy, okay, what's average, 5.5? 5.5?
6 inches.
Let's just say 6 inches. Okay, let's say a guy with 6 inches and it isn't like a pencil, it's decently girthed, okay? And another guy who's half that hard, 3 inches, and they're both doing the same thing to you. You're gonna have a better time with the 6 inches because 6 inches ain't gonna hurt you, and it's gonna hit more spots. It's gonna give you more stimulation than a 3 inches will. It just.
Thank you, Woody. That's exactly it.
Yeah, Woody said that's exactly it.
Huh?
The point you were making.
I was saying that bigger guys don't tend to work as hard for
Yeah,
it.
but if you had a
But
guy
now
with
the
a
guys
bigger
with
penis and a guy with a smaller penis, and they both put in the same effort, they both did what they
So
needed to do
equal
to get
skills.
equal skills, the bigger dick
Skills,
wins out.
skills.
If both have equal skills, the bigger dick wins. That's all I'm saying.
I would
Not
say that, too.
necessarily.
That's all I was ever really trying to say.
And if they're sexually, if they're identical with the exception of the penis, I'm going to say they're going to go with the personality after that. Do you want to be around this guy or not?
Oh, that's
I
a
think
good call. I think Woody's tapped into the ladies.
I'm talking.
Randy, back me up.
Randy
I wanna
doesn't
know.
speak for all women.
She
Had
speaks
both
for
who-
more women than you do.
Randy Joe says she had both who knew what to do, and smaller was still better. So she basically, I'm with Woody on this.
She's
She's
arguing with
she's
me.
So are you arguing with Russ just for argument's sake, or
No, that's fine. I'm full of it.
did the other guy have a better personality? Randy says Woody 6 inches. Isn't that kind of small?
Not for me. That's kind of big for me.
That wasn't Randy Joe. That was Randy Minor. I was
yeah.
like, she's the one saying that small dicks are better, and then she's like calling 6 inches. No, that's a different Randy. We got two Randys on their comment, one male and one female. It's confusing, all right?
But going back to Dick Church, just as legitimate as any other religion, right?
At
Doesn't
least they're
sound any
worshiping
less crazy.
something. At least they're worshiping something that is tangible.
Yeah, you can see the penis.
I can touch a dick. I know
think I
dicks
can touch it
exist.
a lot.
I have one, so
I'd say it's way better than Scientology.
yeah.
Yeah.
It makes more sense than some of them. Yeah, you know. I always said that like worshiping nature or the sun. I don't know if that's is that what Wiccans? Not the sun, but nature or whatever.
It's sort of a Wiccan belief.
I think the sun's
Wiccan
shit.
more,
The sun makes everything happen, man. If we didn't have the sun, life wouldn't exist.
Wicca's more
here.
flexible. I mean, they'll allow you to believe just about anything.
Yeah.
Well, life wouldn't exist anywhere. I mean, all matter is made from stars.
Right.
Yeah. So
Like that.
Can I call you Star Child?
you want to read it?
No.
You want me to read it?
Yeah.
Christianity, colon.
Christian colon.
Yeah. The belief that some cosmic Jewish zombie can make you live forever if you symbolically eat his flesh and telepathically tell him that you accept him as your master. So he can remove an evil force from your soul that is present in humanity because a rib woman was convinced by a talking snake to eat from a magical tree. Makes perfect sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
In a nutshell.
And that's the crazy thing is that, like, you know, I've gotten the subject of Mormons in past episodes, and I've listened to them. Kids used to come around on their missions, and I've heard Christians sit there and talk about how ridiculous what Mormons believe is. And I'm like, yeah, I agree, but it's no more ridiculous than what you believe.
Well, who was I listening to? It was he's on Joe Rogan's podcast all the time. He's a really interesting dude, but he's basically talking about exactly what we're talking about here. It's because Scientology and these different religions are so new. We grew up with Christianity being an established religion.
Well,
Give it
some
100
of us,
years.
some of
That's-
us grew up without it being presented as a religion. It was fucking
a
presented
fact.
as truth, as
Yeah.
fact. It was taught.
Yeah.
You know, it was like when I got older, I'm like, wait a minute, I have a choice whether I can believe this or not. I mean, The shit was just drilled in, you know.
So he brought up the fact that in another 1,000 years, Christianity might not even be around anymore. The major populace might believe something completely different.
Could
Oh, yeah.
be.
But
In another 1,000 years, he said?
yeah.
Yeah, it would probably take at least that long.
But oldest religion wins, right? Because I mean, we got Islam, Judaism, and Christianity.
Well, yeah, like fucking Greek mythology and Roman mythology is way older than Christianity.
before that.
Everybody thinks it's bullshit.
yeah, but we killed all those fuckers. We
Yeah.
killed all those.
We
heathens.
killed those gods.
Yeah. Which if you did we get kicked off?
I don't know. My internet might have fucked up.
Okay. Anyway, we'll get off the religion subject. We're gonna get this back up or at least back up on the thing. You guys ready for a smoke?
Yeah.
Okay. We're gonna come back with some more news. My brother sent me some Broca's penis pictures. Not his, but you know. Anyway, we're gonna go through that. Let's run through some comments real quick. Randy Joe says, okay, sure. Randy Joe says again, and can you read that?
No was not a better personality, was a dumbass, actually. Sex can't make a relationship, unfortunately. It can't make a relationship, but it can make a relationship last way longer than it fucking should have.
Yeah.
Not arguing for argument's sake, just my point of view. I know other women that like big dicks. I also am curious what your definition of small is, Randy.
I'm not.
Because what she might be referring to as a small dick might be what I'm calling average. You know, might be the dick that I'm referring to, you know.
Yeah.
So just so I can better understand exactly what you're saying, how small was this penis that gave you the best sex of your life? And give us great detail because I want to see Toby squirm. He's like, I'm not listening to this.
Send us pictures. We're still recording.
Kim,
All right, we're still good. We're still in it. All right, but anyway, while we're on break, my brother sent me an article about some more broken dicks.
That picture from the MMA fighter, the aftermath from his penile fracture, the image of it, I'm not going to lie to you, it's got me a little freaked out.
Looks
We
like a
made some
lucid-
pretty funny jokes while we were on the porch about it, too.
Yeah, I don't think I'm
don't
going to
think
be
we can
doing any
redo
hard
it.
fucking from the bottom ever again.
Well, essentially, my brother sent me
It looks like a goddamn murder scene.
MMA fighter breaks penis while having
You
sex
didn't
with
see it, did you,
girlfriend in
Woody?
Malaysia.
No, I
Oh,
was
fuck.
trying to
Well,
figure
Okay,
this
maybe
out.
I might be blowing it a little out of proportion, but there's blood on the floor and shit. It looks like it squirted or something.
Ray Elbe, A-L-B-E, appeared on the 9th season of The Ultimate Fighter, but lost in the first round and didn't even get to move into the house. That sucks for the guy who wants to make the UFC, but in the grand scheme of things, it's not so bad. Blah, 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 blah. Essentially, yeah, basically, my dick is throbbing. They give us the 9-1. The girl was on top, went higher than 8.5 inches in the air, and on my dick. Yeah. Oh, well, yeah.
Sorry, you had to put a size in there. Let him know. She went bigger than the 8.5 inches my cock is. You
Right.
pussies.
Right.
When it first happened, blood was everywhere. To the point I passed out. Falling face first, I KO'd myself on the floor, very smally chipping 2 teeth and busting my chin.
To the point he
Passed out.
God, this is gonna seem
This is
really,
an MMA fighter.
I was gonna say this is gonna sound really stupid coming from me because I know I'm not tough shit. I'm nothing. But this is a fucking MMA fighter. Grow a pair of nuts, you pussy. I mean, seriously, how much blood am I gonna have to lose out of my dick to actually pass out? In the ring, have you ever been in a fucking ring?
I don't know if it was blood loss or whatever. I don't know if maybe it was pain or something that made him pass out. Maybe it was
It
that.
could have been shock.
That's what I'm. Any of those. Still, it's just like I've seen them guys in the ring. They lose so much. There's been so much bloody fights. Would this guy have lasted in that type of a fight if blood loss is going to make?
Apparently, well, he did lose the first round in the Ultimate Fighter house or whatever.
I don't know. I mean,
You know.
if I was to try to be an MMA fighter, I'm gonna lose probably every single match, if not most of the matches. But it's not gonna be because I'm bleeding. I can guarantee you that much. I'm never gonna fucking quit or pass out because I'm bleeding. You know.
Doctor just did MRI, fracture and a slight tear in the urinary tube. Surgery tonight. Doctor said diagnostic is for full recovery. Though I'll be in the hospital for 3 days and be forced to take anti-erection pills for 2 weeks.
Those exist?
Yeah. Yeah.
Boy, I'd be worried about maybe long-term side effects from something like that.
It's a little pink pill instead of a blue pill.
It's just pictures of naked old ladies.
Okay.
Or whatever
you
you're
don't
not
even
into.
eat you don't swallow the pill. You open it and it's like
So
a
those-
picture of a turd.
So
or
those
something
pills that
like
you put in the water and it grows, and it's like
Here's the blood
Afterbirth.
picture.
Oh.
Now, some of it's been mopped up. That all came out of his dick after it was bent sideways. Now, I wish we could recreate the conversation we had outside, but it would just sound fake.
It would too
right now.
forced. It would be way
Yeah,
too
It would
forced.
sound
Yeah.
fake right now.
There were some pretty good genuine jokes cracked out on the porch. We
But,
need to just get porch mics.
sounds racist.
It really does.
But
Why?
I'm-
Because the microphones are black? You're the one that's fucking racist.
I'm going the opposite way. I think that you're like, oh, he's an MMA fighter. He should be able to take it. I'm saying that he is an MMA fighter, and it made him pass out.
Because I don't know.
You know what I mean? So so whatever he did to his dick, specifically his dick, must have been fucking horrible. And look at all the blood.
I just don't think that
Hi,
there's going
Kim.
to
Have
be.
you ever broke any dicks?
I think you could cut my
Tell us
fucking
some
arm
detail
off,
about your dick breaking.
and I might pass out from the actual loss of blood, but not from the vision, not from the situation, or because I work myself up. You know.
Randy says this seems to be a very dick-filled pod this week. We're getting back to our roots, Randy.
Yeah.
Dick pain wouldn't be like any pain felt in an MMA fight. Holy shit! Don't let me read these anymore.
That's
Okay.
not true. They get hit in the dick sometimes. Sometimes they stop the match briefly because they get hit in the dick. So it might be similar.
Okay. So what do you think though? Like, Forrest, can I punch your dick as hard as a girl can slam her hind end into your dick?
In a fight, like in a legitimate
Yeah.
fight? No, because I'm not going to be having a hard on in an MMA fight. They wear those tights, dude. Or no, I guess they don't. Some of them do. Some of them have the athletic tights that they wear. Silva used to always wear those that fit real tight, you know. But I guess some of them also have the baggy shorts. But if I was in any kind of shorts, I'm going to really hope that I don't get an erection during a fight. That's going to be fucking
that work to
embarrassing.
your
That's why I never went out for wrestling in high school.
So you're afraid
Because
Okay.
you're afraid you were going to get a boner.
That and various other reasons. I've discussed this. God damn it. Sometimes I get a boner, and it's not because I'm aroused. It's because of various reasons, not the least of which is nerves. If I'm anxious about something or fucking nervous, you know, let's say that I was in like let's say I did well and I made it to state, you know, and I'm fucking nervous as hell. Of course, I guess if I made it to state, I'm probably not the nervous type. I'd probably have some confidence. Okay, let's say it was my first match, all right? I don't know how I'm
Okay.
going to do. And I'm
You
pretty
got that
fucking
nervous boner?
Yeah, and I get a fucking nervous boner with that fucking wrestling get up on, dude. You're going to see my dick. And people are going to know, and they're going to talk about it, and nobody's going to address me about it, and I'm going to know that they know.
I used to
And
have
like
to
all
force
these
them away
thoughts are
before
playing
I
through
go
my
to
head.
the
I'm like,
swim
fuck
team.
wrestling. I ain't doing wrestling. It's just not worth it. Huh?
In my Speedo, I used to have to force them away. Like, I'd be thinking, like, yeah, that'd be, oh, shit.
Yeah,
dive
you
suit.
can't be having a fantasy going on in your head.
Because, like, in the Speedo, but it would just, like, if I stood up, the tip would just stick out the top. Like,
Yeah.
Okay, well, I got a conundrum for you.
Okay.
So you're out for your first year of wrestling. Okay, let's say this.
All right.
They allow girls to wrestle now. Wrestle guys at meets and everything. Do you take that match? I mean, you're already self-conscious about your boners.
Do I take a match with a woman, with
Yeah.
a girl? Well, I'm not gonna. See, this is why I didn't ever want to be in that position, because it seems like at the time when I was in high school, there was a team that had a girl on there, and I was just like, well, we'd never be matched up because of weight.
Well, yeah,
So-
didn't Mark
Yeah, I
wrestle
think
her
if-
one time?
I don't think.
wrestling a
I don't
girl
think.
your size,
yeah,
you wouldn't
okay,
have to
yeah, I was
worry
gonna
about
say,
that.
because I was 195 my senior year. So if I got matched up with a 195-pound woman, she's an Amazon or she's fat. And so either case, I don't know at Amazon if she was just a real big woman, but she wasn't. She was athletic and big.
She's 6'5" and busty.
She gets that like
I could
on
probably
that one
sport
position
some
where they're
wood
on
for
their
that,
hands
you know.
and knees. You can just tap out. You're like, nope.
Because chances are, if she's that large, she's probably mature looking too. She's probably got a good rack on her.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, but
It's going to be very difficult to have that to accept that match.
so you wouldn't wrestle a girl
In a high school
Would
wrestling.
you have wrestled a girl? If you went out for wrestling, would you?
I wouldn't have declined the match if that's the match that was set up. I would have had to have just thought about fucking baseball the whole time or something. I mean, I would
We're
have
wrestling
done
dudes.
it. I would have done it.
You're a dude. You're a dude.
Yeah, just be like, can you just like pull your fucking hair up and put like a ball cap on or something? I mean,
Talking a real deep voice.
no, let's face it. And this is going to seem maybe a little bit, probably ignorant. I say ignorant shit all the time. Get used to it, all right? If you don't like hearing me say ignorant shit, don't listen to the podcast, because that's what I do. But a girl that's going to be going out for wrestling, I mean, what are the odds that she's really going to be that attractive? Like, to be the kind of girl that you'd actually get a boner over.
I mean,
You
Ronda-
think that because the ones that every kid in high school wants to fuck, they're not going out for wrestling, dude. They're cheerleaders or they're fucking something else. You know, they're not wrestlers. That's
Yeah,
not the
but
type of girl that goes out for wrestling. That
but
one
you're-
that everybody
but
wants
you're
to
in high
fuck.
school, and let's face this. None of us got our penises touched very much, if any, in high school. So you're on the mat wrestling with a girl at this point now.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess I wouldn't turn. I mean, what are my fucking options? Like forfeit? Is that what you're asking me?
Yeah.
Would I forfeit
Yeah, would
before
you-
the match? No, I wouldn't fucking forfeit.
How would you feel if she?
I would
came to-
rather catch shit for getting an erection during a match than forfeiting to a woman in high school.
Yeah.
I think I would catch far more shit for forfeiting.
How would you handle getting pinned by a girl?
That would suck. I know that sounds so sexist, but dude, you're also saying I'm back in high school.
Yeah.
Like, it would suck now to like just joking around at a party or something, you know, and for whatever reason end up wrestling a woman because of some sort of conversation that happened and actually having her fucking pin you. It would be mortifying because you know that every other guy that witnessed this happen will never let you live that down.
It really
Never.
depends on the girl,
Like what do you mean?
how she's pinning me and what she looks like. You ever watch Police Academy?
Been a while.
The big female.
Depending on what she looks like, I might be inclined to throw the match on purpose.
There you go.
Prolong at
Like,
least
oh
prolong the
no,
fight,
I
right?
can't get up. Oh gosh.
No, Police Academy.
Oh wait a minute, no, I'm up.
The one drill instructor, she's really built, and she throws the one guy down. And she's spread eagle on his chest, basically, and he's just sitting there going,
Oh, I know which scene you're talking. I got a vague memory.
I don't
of it.
know. I think with martial arts being so prevalent now, and MMA being so MMA and UFC and everything being so huge, you just can't tell anymore. I mean,
I can tell you this right now. I could not go into a match of any kind, whether it be wrestling or MMA or whatnot, with Ronda Rousey and not get an erection. I couldn't.
she's hot. She's
I
hot. But
I just would.
have you guys seen that video about the guy talking to Ronda or whatever about would you be able to throw a man as hard as you do another girl or whatever? Would you be able to?
I think most guys, most untrained guys, she'd just have her way with.
Oh, she'd
Whip the fuck out of me. I know that.
I gotta find the video, but look it up. Ronda Rousey, just like on YouTube or whatever. Search Ronda Rousey breaks 4 ribs or whatever. It's an interview, and he's talking to her about throwing men around who are more trained or whatever. And the
Right.
guys had very little training. He was a fighting reporter or whatever.
Right.
So very little training or whatever, and so she throws him down hard, and he stops. He's gasping for air, and he's physically fucked up,
Right.
and she thinks he's playing around. She ended up snapping 4 ribs.
I'll bet he regretted asking that question and going along with that demonstration, didn't he?
Think you can take her?
I don't think I could win, no. But I think I could prevent her. I'm guessing this guy didn't take the fall very well. He probably just, you know.
Oh, she slammed him hard. It was.
But I mean, there's a way of taking a fall.
And this
You know
guy,
what I mean?
this guy's had a little bit of training.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd let her try. I'd risk the broken ribs just to see if, you know.
Yeah. I don't know. I've seen her flexing for fights. You know, posing for
Just
pictures.
for a chance of Ronda Rousey
Her arms are
touching
bigger
me.
than mine. She'd fuck me up.
Yeah.
That doesn't take much.
Yeah, that's true. But anyway. So you wouldn't fight a girl?
No, I established I would. I would not forfeit the match. I would go through with it.
No, this is just, okay, just at a party now.
Oh,
Some
at a
girl
party?
walks up and she wants to fight you. And the whole party's around now chanting fight.
It would really have to be more of a circumstance than that. She's actually going to have to, like, actually get physical with me, start punching me or some shit, you know. But I'm still probably not going to fight her. I'm just going to incapacitate her in a way, assuming that she's not Jedi trained. You know.
She knows some martial arts. She can prevent. She's wiry. She pops you a couple times. Makes your nose bleed. Now the whole party's looking at you like a bitch.
Why you always got to put me on the spot?
You gotta take a swing.
Because if I take a swing and she counters and knocks me cold, I'm never going to live that shit down. And if I just judge it, she's like all fucking boxer hopping in front of me, juking and shit. I'm just like, wow, this sucks. Of course, if she's drunk and I'm sober, because I don't drink anymore. If she's drunk,
You're both dead sober.
both dead sober. I don't know, man. I don't know.
And you're like, okay, let's calm down. She slaps you in the face, calls you a bitch.
I'm probably going to cop out and just go with the whole not hitting a woman thing, even though subconsciously I know if I'm just guessing she'd kick my ass if I actually fought back. You know.
Russell backs off like you're gonna fight. Just fucking go.
I think that's where I go with the lesser of two evils, and I say I'm already going to be made fun of for being called out like a little bitch and declining, but that's going to be less detrimental to my reputation than getting knocked clear the fuck out.
Well, that and I don't know. I've been to some parties or whatever. How badly could you beat an MMA fighter's lady? Oh, what's going on?
Randy's sparring partner was a girl in the 109 weight class.
So 109 pounds. Holy shit, you're skinnier than me.
Well, at the time in high school.
Yeah, I guess. Did you pop a boner, Randy?
A nervous boner.
Yeah. I've watched a couple of girls fight guys. It wasn't really much of a fight. The guys got knocked out.
Yeah, but if it's the girls I think you're talking about, I wouldn't want to fight them.
Now, well, this little one, she's not big built or anything. She just took a full beer can that hadn't been opened and busted it over the dude's
Oh,
head.
well, yeah, that'll do it.
We
We weren't factoring weapons into the equation.
I was messing around with 6-degree black belt for a while, and I watched her snap kick a girl off a porch one night. That was intimidating.
Yeah.
And then she picked him up and carried him into the bedroom and had her way with him.
She fucked me.
Exactly.
He felt so dirty
Last
afterwards.
night I was the girl.
But,
Oh, he said 119, not 109, I think.
if it's a party, you gotta stand your ground and knock a bitch out. So are we going to, you said you had douche, right?
No, you guys took my douche away. I was going to nominate that goddamn entire high school for douchebag of the week because they wouldn't let that poor kid just fucking wear a letter jacket. I mean, it's just so stupid. Just let the kid wear a fucking letter jacket, you
I know.
uptight assholes.
Everyone voted me out last week because Randy some girl slit her kid's throat.
That's not a douchebag. That's a murderer.
I
No,
know.
they didn't. The kids didn't die. They just,
But that's just, she's still a murderer. She just fucking failed at it. She still tried, though.
Shitty murderer.
She's just a failed murderer, but she's still a murderer. She's an attempted murderer, all right?
I'm gonna say,
No, I got some facts, I guess, if we want to get on to the facts.
Okay, well,
I got two of them will probably lead to some conversation. Two of them maybe not so much, but I just thought they were kind of funny.
Russell, is this tolerable knowledge?
This is tolerable knowledge. Yes, it is. All right. This one has been established before. I've heard it a number of times, but I don't know if we ever actually did it on the podcast. And of course, I'm not sure how much validity there is to these. I'm not going to go through the Bible with a fine-tooth comb and double-check this. But it says in the Bible that God kills over 2 million people. You know how many Satan kills?
0.
10.
Really?
Yeah. I just thought that was rather interesting, and where we've been talking some religion.
Well, he wipes out the whole fucking map except for just a few.
Right, right. Yeah, but, I mean, just from that, I mean, I granted you got to take it in context, but from most counts, a lot of the stories that I've heard, a lot of to me what the Bible seems like is men saying how great God is and God proving how big of an asshole he is.
Yeah.
You know, like it's just God's wrath. If you don't do this, God will sentence you to hell. If this, you must do this, you must say, oh, but God is wonderful and loving. But how many stories in the Bible, you know, are there really where God is actually being that good? Or is he just fucking fear-tacticking us, you know, and punishing us?
Well, I'd like to think that there is a God. He's very chill and laid back. Just like Kevin Smith in Dogma. I think if there is a God, then I'd like him to be Atlantis Morissette. And
I think he's so laid back that he doesn't give a shit about us at all.
yeah, there you go.
He's like, there's that thing I made in fucking junior high.
He's
So
got a
we're in the
million,
garage.
a million other more successful universes, and it's just like he forgot about us. Is the only reason we still exist
Like his
anymore? Like
junior
we're just
high
sitting over in the
science
corner, and
project.
if he ever realizes that we're still there, we're fucking doomed because he's like, that you
He's
should
like,
clear
"What
this
did you
space
guys
out for
do?"
something better.
I'd like to see the stats on direct religious kills Christianity has.
Oh,
What?
Directly associated with disbelief or religion or whatever.
I'll bet you it's ranking up there, if not well above, like plagues and everything else.
So we know malaria is number one.
Randy says he got a boner every practice.
Every damn practice.
I don't know. You got the Inquisition and the Crusades and everything else. There's a lot of
And
people
yes,
died.
Randy, now I have sensitivity to women. That's exactly how bipolar I am. 1 minute I'm calling you a fucking whore, and the next minute I'm telling you you're beautiful and I can't live without you. That's why I don't make relationships work, all right? That's not true, by the way.
He's passive aggressive.
No, I just have
Which
some-
Randy were you calling a whore there?
No, that was Randy Minor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's not Toby's sister.
Okay, I'm like, wait a minute.
Here's another dick, since we're talking about dicks. King Tutankhamun was mummified with an erect penis, which at first I'm like, that's a cool fucking idea, man.
But isn't that
be
common?
I want to be a more Tutankhamun.
Oh, Jesus.
You set me up for it. Come on. Oh, come on now. It was fucking funny, and I come up with it just real quick. All right.
I feel like my grandpa
Wasn't
was
that
just here
common
for a
to be
second.
mummified? No, I don't know, because my question was, is that they're mummified how long after death?
Rather quickly.
Oh,
I
no, I
thought.
didn't live
How
in
do you
ancient
get
Egypt.
the penis erect if he didn't die with a boner?
Well, I thought isn't man.
Oh, rigor
You
mortis?
install
Yeah,
a
I
rod
thought-
That's,
in
isn't
there.
it common for there to be an
Don't
erection?
we all
I guess
have?
was-
I mean, not everybody, but I thought it was pretty common for. I mean, you void your bowels, and like some dudes get erections when they die.
Oh.
could
Well, I
be
hope
wrong on
I
that.
do.
Yeah.
Because when I'm dead, I'm going to be even skinnier, which means my dick's going to look even bigger.
Alrighty then.
Yeah, Russell's hoping to get one of those necrophiliac.
Oh, God. I
Whatever.
get more action after I die than what I got
He
in
wants
life.
he wants the bottom half of his casket
Fucking
open and not the
depressing
top
would
half.
that be?
Just his boner sticking up out of the casket.
They can't close it. It's just
He had a hard life.
They close it and you hear a snap noise. Oh, they broke his dick post-mortem.
Last words. You're going with Shillelagh?
shillelagh.
Okay. Night, everybody.
Good night.